double check to make sure. Alright. Devil. A film produced by M. Night Shyamalan, but not directed. It's actually directed by John Eric Dowdle. Alright. Before we start, I have to do the test. You may wonder, if you haven't seen this movie, Scotty, why are you holding a piece of jelly toast? Well, you see, that is the test. If I toss this and it lands jelly side down, the devil is here. It's jelly side up. Jelly side up. I even deliberately tossed it so that it would go face down as part of the gag, and it landed face up, which means that someone up there is watching us. It means it must be true, and someone was watching and protected me from it. I'm not going to eat it though, because it turns out the jelly is expired. When I licked the knife, I'm like, this tastes weird. And so I looked at the expiration date. It expired back in July. So, no thank you. I was going to eat it though. Can't now. But, oh wait, I'm not ready to sit down yet. The plot crunch. Alright, plot crunch is, it's a pretty interesting story. About 5 people get in an elevator. Elevator gets stuck. Eventually, the lights start to flicker. Every time the light goes out, someone dies. Intriguing story. There's also another added element. A security guard who claims the devil is doing this. Who he is called Devil. So, yeah. There's also a police detective with a shady past, a dark past, nothing that he did personally, but that's trying to solve this case, and it turns out he is connected to one of the passengers in the elevator. So, and now we can sit down and talk about it. So, as you start watching this movie, you notice something pops up, a logo that says The Night Chronicles and the number 1. Well, because this was supposed to be a part of a new series called The Night Chronicles that M. Night Shyamalan was going to produce, but not direct. But because this didn't make back the money they wanted, they didn't get any more. That being said, because the Nostalgia Critic had a review for this, I was assuming the worst going in. And this movie is actually not that bad. There are sequences that build up the tension. You don't know what's going on, who the killer is. Even though the name Devil is in there, you still don't know. The security guard could be nuts. You don't know. And generally, even if, the 5 are dwindling down, who says the killer's actually in the elevator? It could be someone just swooping in, which, I don't know. I don't know. But we got some noticeable actors, and even one that I would notice and that many people other would. So we have Logan Marshall Green, who was an upgrade, Traveler, Bokeem Woodbine. He's been in everything under the sun, including Spider-Man Homecoming. And one of the security guard guys was the dad from... he's been in a lot of stuff. I know him as the dad from Disturbia, and he was also in that slasher film from 1981, Happy Birthday to Me. So, yeah. But, let's talk about the one actor I recognize, even under the mustache, that no one else really knows who he is. And that's Detective Markowitz, our main detective, Bowden's, played by Chris Messina, his partner. He's played by the actor named Josh Peace. Maybe asking, who the fuck is Josh Peace? Well, I'll tell you. Let me tell you. Josh Peace played, I lost it. Tom, the older brother of Jake on Animorphs. As soon as I saw him, I didn't recognize him at first, and I heard his voice, and I went, Tom? Under the mustache. He's older too. This is 2010. The last time I saw him was in 97, 98, but yeah. So yeah, we get a backstory. So I want to point out the stylistic in this. When the movie starts, we see the skyline of Philadelphia. The Philadelphia skyline, right? That's where it is, Philadelphia, right? But it's upside down, inverted, if you will, with the titles right side up, right? And at the end of the film, we cut back to the skyline and it's right side up. What is the significance of this? Well, the significance is that it's upside down at the beginning because the evil is here. The evil is doing bad things. Bad things are going to happen. People are going to die. The end, it's right side up because the evil is now gone. There's nothing to worry about. So, yes, we meet our main character, Detective Bowden, played by Chris Messina, who I haven't seen anything, but he's really good in this, actually. He's talking to his AA sponsor, and we find out the backstory later that his wife and son were killed in a hit and run. Couldn't find who did it. All they did was they left a note on a receipt, on a coupon, saying, I'm so sorry. They couldn't track him down with his handwriting. I say him because that comes back later. But because of it, he became an alcoholic, and 6 months earlier, he had been almost drunk himself to death. He checked into a hotel room to drink himself to death, but didn't do it. Instead, went to rehab and all that. Yeah. Hi. It's 11 o'clock here. I want to get one more done film tonight, so. But and everything seems to be happening. Like they find someone, a dead person, on top of a van. Now, they say that the van rolled down and landed on the other street. I think this was to mislead so that they wouldn't find the building so the cops would get involved. But they did it anyway because the cops were smart. And it's like, hey, there's no glass here. Be glass, and there's no windows broken up there, so we gotta find a building that does have a window. And then luckily, they get a phone call. So I think this is trying to imply is that not only is the devil working here, but so is God. Because it just so happened to be him that was close enough on the scene to find the body. Him who was there to answer the call. The same building. So yeah, I think both are working here. Then you hit that at the end. So yeah, we see our characters that we're following. This douchey accountant guy, I think. There's a old woman who's only credited as old woman. There's a woman named Sarah, we know is connected to something. There's Bokeem Woodbine's character, Ben, and there is Tony, who is a mechanic, we find out, and a former soldier. So, and again from Afghanistan. So, and they all get in the elevator, one after another. And then the elevator shuts down. And so we have our two security guards, the dad from Disturbia, and this Hispanic one who's super religious. He's the one that's narrating this movie, actually. So, yeah. So, the cops eventually come into the building because they connected. They get a phone call, they come in, and they start, there's the elevator situation, they start to figure out. So, what really irks me is that they can communicate through a radio thing, through the speaker in the elevator, to them, but they can't hear anybody in the elevator. I think that's a cop-out. I think that's a Okay, they can't tell people there what's going on, even though they can see what's going on. But they can't tell them certain things because if they did, it would help the plot more. But we see throughout the movie that the devil himself is changing things. Like the building's mechanic goes from the roof, try to go down to the thing, and because as soon as he gets close enough, he drops, dies. Birds fly out, and it's obviously the devil's work. So, yeah. And they keep trying to get in the elevators, nothing. When the fire department gets there, they try using crowbars, nothing. That there's something stopping it. Yeah, I wonder what. So they gotta go through the wall. And out of all the deaths, I think the most ridiculous and unnecessary is the one security guard played by the dad from Disturbia. He goes down to the basement to turn off the water or gas valve. I'm not exactly sure. And as he goes up, he hears a spark and sees that there's an electrical problem. He then proceeds to try to use a mop, the mop handle, to lift it up and put it on this hook so it's not in the water. Just walk away. There's no need for this person to die. There's no need. Are you telling me that the devil caused the sparks to go at that exact moment just to kill this guy? For what reason? He wasn't doing anything but turning off the valve. This makes no sense. And you see him go to put his foot in the water to put... No! Is the devil making this guy an idiot? I don't know. But then it cuts. There was a light flicker, and then the cop, Bowden, is trying to, get people in the lobby. They have all people in the lobby so that they can try to figure out who's doing this. Which, I don't understand it, because how could they... I don't know. And he comes up. Oh, crispy toasty. Really stupidity, really. But yeah, they go up just earlier in the film. So I'm going back now. So he goes up. He's trying to tell him, something going on, and the religious security guard is like, "It's the devil." He's like, "Look," and so he grabs the toast. He's like, flips it up, lands jelly side down. It lands jelly side down when the devil is near. Okay, that made me chuckle a little bit. That's completely fucking stupid, but I somehow really like it. I'm just saying. It did make me laugh. I don't know why. It made me laugh. Because you made me laugh. It's so ridiculous that Shyamalan had to have known that it was so ridiculous. It had to be tongue-in-cheek humor. He's like, "Hey, we'll put this in. It's so ridiculous. It'll stick out." I don't know. Man. So the first person to die is the douchebag guy. That, there's an incident where the lights flicker and the woman has a bite mark on it. Now, we find out later that she's like a gaslighter. Like she's a pathological liar. She, does whatever. She like blackmails people and stuff. And in one of they're watching they're rewatching the footage earlier, and when she said that he touched her, she acted like he touched her, but he didn't. And like later we find out she has like a piece of glass behind her, but was she really bit, or was it serrated? I don't know. But the guy's killed. Let's go out again. Douchebag guy is killed first, stabbed in the neck, and then the old woman is hung when the lights go off, leaving 3. They try to play with, try to give backstories to these people, to try to see why they would, do it. And we have Bokeem Woodbine's character, who has claustrophobia at the beginning of this, but stops. And then they have Tony question what happened to his claustrophobia, and it's like, I feel like they dropped the claustrophobia angle and then had to write in this so that I don't think the claustrophobia angle is gonna work. Well, we can go back and rewrite it. What do we do? Oh, write in one of the people question it so that he could be suspicious. Oh, that works. They even add more to this later by trying to track down this woman who ends up being married to the guy who owns the security company and that this guy works for, Joaquin Wilbine's character Ben. And that Ben, what, by the way, was this a nod to Not Living Dead's Ben? I don't know, but and he was basically a thug before, a hired hand. So they think he was sent by the husband to kill her. And then the lights go out, and he wakes up with his neck twisted all the way around. I feel like she should have died next. I know it leads to something with Tony, the mechanic, but I feel like she should have died next to add more suspicion to Ben. Like to add more suspicion to like the audience thinks he's doing it. Light flicker, she's dead. Oh no, it's got to be him, right? And they both start freaking out. They also have this thing where Tony comes in with a satchel and then hides it in the bathroom, so his girlfriend can come, his fiance can come pick it up. The reason being he had an interview and just didn't want to bring the tools with him. You hide it in the bathroom? Why can't you talk to the front and say, hey, I'm a mechanic, these are my tools. My girlfriend, my fiance is going to come pick these up. Can I leave them here? And she'll just grab them. Very simple. Why hide them in the bathroom? I don't understand. I don't know. But, yeah. They killed Joaquin Woodbine instead of the girl like they should have. I don't know. I was really confused. I was like, wait, wouldn't it make more sense if she died? Because you're already telling us this guy is after her. So when she dies next, we're going to suspect him right away. So when it's revealed that it is the devil, thinking in retrospect, it's more of a big twist. And you can see, oh, this guy's just religious. And he's obviously the killer. And then, boom, devil. Or is he the devil? Did the devil, no, he was... It's not him, by the way. The reveal is kind of stupid. Because it's one of those... It's very cliche type thing. Think Billy Loomis and Scream. Okay? Just think of that. So, down to 2. They're at odds with each other. Both holding blades. They don't want to, The lights flicker again. Like they say, okay, we'll put it down. I put it down, and it's real. She's got another one. They're holding the pieces of the sharded mirror or whatever. Okay. Lights flicker again. Comes back on, and Sarah's got knife stuck in her throat. I also want to point out there's other characters that could have provided more exposition. Like they go up to talk to that douchebag guy where he was going to talk to on whatever floor. Like, oh, I can't tell you that's a client. He's a cop. He has the right for the information. The guy was murdered. He has the right to all information on this man. And even later, the guy, the lawyer, shows up. It's called in. And it's the guy from Jason X. He goes, it's okay. He just wanted his machete back. That guy. And he's like, he needs information. He's like, I can't give it information. It's a client thing. I'm like, man, fuck that. He's the police. One of your clients possibly is in danger. Your client is trying to possibly kill another client, and you're going to pull the patient-client privilege? Or the, whatever it is, the lawyer-client privilege? Bull fucking shit you are. I mean, he's like, oh, I can just tell you this. Like, basically what it is. He's like, I don't remember what it was. Something. Doesn't do anything. That's anything, because she's killed. So Tony's the killer, right? Wrong. It's the devil. The old lady stands back up, revealing she's the devil because they can't hear her up there. This is not confirmed, which I feel, again, the ending is kind of iffy for me, but we do find out that Tony is the one responsible for the hit and run. He was drinking, tried to reach for a beer, caused the crash, and just left the note because he was scared. He didn't mean to, and he was so sorry. Because of this, he repents. Devil can't take his soul, and the devil just disappears. No dead body, just disappears. And I think this adds to my confusion because they take Tony in. Like, they're going to arrest him, I think. I think he's arrested. He's under arrest. And it's like, wait, you saw on the camera footage, you have proof that this old lady did it and now she's gone. You don't know where she went to, but she's gone. She is the prime suspect. And you're going to take Tony in. Why? Because she just happens to be the last survivor? I get it. If you didn't have proof that it was her, and you see Tony there, there's a body missing, whatever, he did something with it. Sure, there's no proof. But you have video evidence that this woman is the one. Like I said, she faked her own death. Billy Loomis did scream. But it's the devil, so, you know. If the devil just disappeared from the body, and the body dropped, then I could see them. Oh, but they still have proof. The old lady, I don't know how to, process it. Maybe it's because she disappeared. They don't know how to process it either. But they have some kind of proof that it was her. But they're gonna arrest him, and then you get what you expect. He's like, Will Bowden's like, I've been waiting all these years, wondering what I would say, what I would do to the guy responsible. I forgive you. And the movie ends, and you see the skyline, and like I said, face up again. And yeah, it means the evil is gone now. And this movie's not that bad. In fact, I know people, I know that maybe, maybe it's because Shyamalan's name was attached to when it came out. Or maybe it's the ridiculous idea with the devil when they were building. I will say this. The devil being the killer at the end does feel like a cop-out. Because you have this great murder mystery, but if you have someone killing people inside the elevator, then the only one left in the elevator is going to be the killer, so it's going to be very cut and dry, You're not going to know. You're going to know who the killer is, and so there's not really much of anything unless they kill themselves, which is kind of a dumb ending. So twisting it around and saying it was actually the devil actually gets the last survivor off the hook, sort of. I mean, he's probably going to jail. Probably for the hit and run, because he confessed to it. Now that I think about it, but it is sort of a cop-out, sort of a way to, not have the last guy be completely screwed over by this, but he's going to jail for something. But yeah. All that said, though, I thought the acting was really good. I even liked the score. I don't know who did the score, but it was pretty good. Like I said, the stylistic choices with the inverted and regular and back, representing that, pretty good. And even there's some styles, some camera shots that were pretty cool too. So I can't hate this movie, man. I'd say it's pretty good. I'm sorry if you don't like this movie. Power to you. Nostalgia Street doesn't like this movie. Power to him. I enjoyed this movie. I really did like it, and I don't know. I will say that probably on a rewatch, it might not hold up as well because I will know what's going on. But going into this, partially blind. I knew something about the devil. I mean, it's called fucking devil. But I was pretty much blind going in. So, but on a rewatch, it might be less. But so what are your thoughts on Devil? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, so I'm already done with the first week. I'm on the second week. Yeah, so the next movie I'm doing is actually a movie from this year. It's a very popular horror movie from this year. It even got a prequel, prequel that just recently came out. Actually, it is a slasher film, and there's even another sequel coming out. I will discuss all of my feelings about this in the review, but yeah. Till then, thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.